So, welcome back, everybody. If you were on our last call to our second Zoom meeting, last week we just covered lots of information about our program, what to expect when you get here, trip information, kind of how it works on a weekly basis, all that sort of stuff. So that is in the Slack channel. We recorded our last meeting. If you were unable to join, that is on our Slack channel. If you would like to watch that recording, there is lots of very important information that we've gotten lots of questions about. So if you would like to look at that, feel free. This week we do have some new guests on the call. We have some representatives from our housekeeping and food service teams. My name is Mitchell. I'm one of the program facilitators. I met most of you last week. Would you like to introduce yourself, Abby?
My name is Abby. I'm also a Elevate facilitator. Met most of you last week as well.
Gage, would you like to introduce yourself to everybody that was not on last week?
As according to Mitchell, my name is Gage. I have met most of you either from interviewing you or from the previous Zoom meetings, and I'm also one of the program facilitators.
Wonderful. Thank you, Gage. Anita, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Anita, a volunteer here at the Y, and I'm just helping to support the Elevate program. And we'll also be helping with the MBTI workshops. Thank all of you. We have a few still outstanding, probably about 11. So if you haven't had a chance to complete that survey or that assessment, it would be great if you could get that done today or tomorrow. But again, really appreciate everybody jumping in and getting that completed. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita. Charles, would you like to introduce yourself to everybody on the call?
Hey everybody, my name is Charles. I work in HR. I also work with the Elevate facilitators, and I am here to support everybody with process and compliance.
Thank you very much, Charles. Mike and London, would you like to introduce yourselves to everybody? And Mia.
Hello, I'm Michael. I'm the food service director. I'm excited to have you guys.
Hi, I'm London. I'm the food service office manager. I'll be working on your schedules and helping you guys with anything that you need food service related during your time.
I'm Mia. I'm a dining room manager and a banquet captain. So I'll be working with you guys in the dining rooms.
And what were you doing before your current job, Mia?
And I was an Elevate participant as well.
What? Incredible. Thank you all. Josh and Gabe, would you like to introduce yourselves to everybody?
Hello, my name is Gabe Vasquez. I also was a former Elevate participant. I'm one of your housekeeping crew leaders. So if you're in my crew, I'll try to help train you and get you ready for housekeeping.
Thank you very much, Gabe. Josh, are you available to introduce yourself? I know you joined the call.
Yeah, hi, I'm Josh McReynolds. I oversee the housekeeping operations here at the Estes Park Center. Gabe and I are here to help answer questions. Welcome you to the housekeeping team. We are both really excited to have you all on board for this session of Elevate.
Awesome. Thank you both very much. After we cover some of our important welcome week and HR information, we're going to split off into different breakout rooms. So everyone will get an option on your screen to join either the housekeeping room or the food service room. We sent out the assignments to everybody this morning on Slack. So if you do not know which assignment, which department you were assigned to, excuse me, please check the Slack for that, and then you can know which room to join when we get to that point. Okay, without further ado, Abby, would you like to tell us about their first week at the YMCA?
I would like to do that. So your first week here will be what we call a welcome week. So you're not gonna get here and then immediately start your department work. So Sunday and Monday, February 25th and 26th is when you guys will be arriving. So we have a shuttle on that Sunday and that Monday. Monday will be check-in for everybody, so that's when you'll come to HR and get all checked in. Once you're checked in, you pretty much have that whole day to sort of get comfortable with your new room and get to know the campus here at the Y. That evening, we have planned to go roller skating all together for anybody who wants to come. It's not mandatory or anything, but just an activity that we're providing for you.
Could I see for one moment? Roller skating is not required, but it is highly recommended.
Yes. Tuesday is going to be the new hire orientation, so we will all do that together. That'll be 9 o'clock in the morning to a little bit after lunch probably, and then we'll all have a training, an online training that we will complete. So if you could bring your laptops, that would be great. I think we'll touch on that a little bit later in this meeting, but that training is easier done on the laptops than it will be on your iPhone, so just keep that in mind. And then that evening, we will have a game night, again, optional, not mandatory, but highly recommended. Then Wednesday of Welcome Week is going to be your department training. So you'll have training with food service or housekeeping, depending on which department you're in. And then that evening, we will have our Welcome Week dinner, which will be a good time with everybody. That Thursday is going to be a mental health training in the morning, and then potentially a little bit more department training, depending on if it didn't all get covered on Wednesday. And then that afternoon, we're going to do team building together. So we'll play some team building and bonding games in one of our gymnasiums. And then on Friday, it is pretty much a free day. We will have some optional activities, but that is the general plan for that Welcome Week. Some of the days you'll have that event that I mentioned, and then if you are done, you'll have free time. So sounds like a lot, but there's also free time packed in there as well. Should I talk about that?
Absolutely.
Okay, also on Friday, we are going to have a beach-themed pool party. That'll be in our indoor pool here at the Y. So make sure you bring your bathing suit, if it's not on the packing list. And we will just pretend like it's summertime in the middle of winter, so.
I'm very excited. Thank you, Abby. So yes, to kind of reiterate what she was saying, there is plenty of stuff going on your first week here, but we have attempted to program in some free time so you guys can kind of like get out and explore and stuff. But try not to make too many plans because it is very important that you attend all of this stuff during your first week. There's lots of trainings and lots of very important stuff that you want to be here for. So with that, Gage, would you like to tell them where to go and when to arrive?
I would love to. Thank you, Mitchell. Thank you, Abby. So I'll try to keep this short and simple so you don't take in too much information because then it all gets lost. So we'll be offering 2 shuttles, one on the 25th, and that will be at the Denver International Airport at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you can't make that one, we will be offering another one, the 26th, the next day, and that one will be at the same place, Denver Airport, at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you still need to sign up for that, we have the sign up in Slack. If it's got lost above a whole bunch of new messages, just let us know, just drop a message and we can definitely send that back out. If none of those work for you and you don't have transportation, there is a shuttle that runs from Denver to Estes Park independent of the YMCA. I'm not sure how much money it is, but it does cost money. But that is something that you could potentially look into if neither of those shuttles work for you. But like I said, Slack will have the sign up for that if needed. If you're driving, you can arrive on the 25th or the 26th. we do ask that you arrive between the hours of 8 a.m. And 4:30 p.m. And that's because that's the hours the HR office operates. And we're able to give you assistance with, if you need help moving in and that sort of thing. If you do arrive after 4:30, it's not that big of a deal. You can check in with the front desk. However, we are unable to offer as much assistance. And if you have, a ton of luggage, sometimes it's nice to be able to have someone drive you to the dorm versus having to walk it yourself. So we would definitely recommend you get here between the hours of 8 in the morning and 4:30 p.m. And obviously that's Mountain Standard Time. Lastly, our address. There are 2 YMCA locations, one in Granby, Colorado, and then ours in Estes Park, Colorado. Estes Park and Granby are 3 hours away and drastically different climates. So please don't go to Granby. I think I said last Zoom meeting that it seems like once a year we have someone trying to come to Estes Park and they wind up in the wrong location, and that's never a fun debacle to deal with. So please don't be that person. You can punch in 2515 Tunnel Road, Estes Park, Colorado, 80511. That is our address. Like I said, we are in Estes Park, Colorado. And our address can be accessed on Google Maps, Apple Maps. Once again, it is 2515 Tunnel, which is TUNNEL Road, Estes Park, Colorado, 80511. The biggest thing is we are in Estes Park. If you get to Estes Park, we can take it from there. Just please get to Estes Park. That is all I have. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Gage. Very important info. 2 properties. Don't go to Granby. We're in Estes Park. Okay, Charles Forrest, could you please walk us through what they should bring for a successful and smooth check-in process?
Yes, indeed. Thanks, Mitch. Great job, Gage. When you guys show up on Monday, we'll go through a formal check-in process with HR. HR is located in the basement of the admin building. So if you find the admin building and or one of the chapels, you'll be able to see the HR office downstairs or the door. When you get ready to check in, we're going to need your I-9 documents, your official original I-9 documents. Participants, I need you to pay attention to this, please. If you don't bring your original I-9 documents as provided in the list in one of your attachments, you will not be able to stay in the program, and it's an excellent program. So please remember to bring your documents. You can either bring a list A that identifies both identity and employment authorization, or you can bring a list B that establishes identity together with a list C that establishes employment authorization. After orientation on Tuesday, you'll also do some virtual training. The virtual training is about 3 hours long. We have noticed that it's very difficult to do on your phone. So if you guys have laptops or tablets or iPads to do your training, please bring those with you to the center. We have 4 loaner computers in HR that you can borrow, but if only 4 of you are using them at a time and it takes 3 hours, you can imagine how long it'll take, and you'll have to complete that training during your welcome week. Does anybody have any questions about I-9 documents?
If you do have any questions, feel free to unmute your mic and ask, because this is a very important topic. So any clarification you need, we will be very happy to provide.
Yes, I do have a question.
Absolutely, go for it.
Of course. So the list of things to bring to check-in, the I-9 documents. Can you repeat the second list, please? The list of employment status or identification, correct?
Yep, there's list A, list B, and list C. You can bring one list A, such as a passport, or one list B, such as a driver's license, together with one list C, such as a social security card. We cannot tell you which one to bring, so you'll need to look at the list and decide which document best fits with what you currently have.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else have any questions about this before we move on? Oh, okay, Charles, we have a question in the chat here. Riley asks, do we need a physical I-9 document?
Yes, not only does it have to be physical, it has to be original. So if it's a social security card, it has to be original. If it's a passport, original. If it's a birth certificate, original. Whatever it is, it has to be original.
Okay.
So if you don't have the original documents right now, it would be a great time to go ahead and expedite an order of them and have them shipped to you.
Thank you, Charles, and thank you, Riley, for clarifying that. Does anyone else have any questions regarding I-9 documents before we move on? Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much, Charles. Did you have anything else you wanted to share with anybody before we move down?
No, I think we're good, and I'll answer questions as we go along if needed.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very much. So one other thing that you will want to make sure you do before you arrive is finish all of your onboarding paperwork. So I'm sure you are all probably very tired of getting emails from Paycom about various things, but please make sure that if you are getting those reminders to finish your onboarding paperwork, that you log in using the temporary credentials that it gives you, and just double check that everything is good to go before you get here, because that will also lengthen your check-in process. You have to sit on one of our computers in the HR office and get those done before we can move on with anything else. So please make sure that all of your Paycom onboarding paperwork is done before you arrive. If you do have any issues with Paycom, you can feel free to reach out to any of us. We are able to resolve anything you may be experiencing there. So please do not hesitate to ask if you're having trouble with that. Wonderful. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is open the housekeeping and food service breakout rooms. Let me just get these typed up real quick. And once again, we sent out the list of department assignments this morning on Slack. So if you do not know where you will be working at the Y, then please go on Slack real quick and take a look at that list. Or if you don't have the list for whatever reason, we can just double check for you. Okay, here we have a question from Emma Wilson real quick. How do we know if we have finished all the Paycom documents? If you are not getting reminders to finish them from Paycom, then you are all done. So there are just like automated reminders that get sent out via email from Paycom. But if you are not getting any notifications, then you are all good to go and don't need to worry about that stuff. Thank you, Emma. Alrighty. So, oh, we have another question from Riley here. I keep getting emails and reminders, but the site says 100% completed. Okay. Riley, I will write your name down here and just double check to see what is going on there. And I will let you know if you should be worried about that. Chances are it just is, you know, a glitch. It does happen, of course, but I will double check and make sure that you are all good to go there. Okay. So I'm going to open the breakout rooms now. Everyone should get a little thing popped up on their screen that says to join either food service and housekeeping. And then our department managers will take it from there. So I'm going to open it now.